Good morning, class. Today is Friday. It is May 15th, 2020. And it is going to be cloudy, but 71 degrees. Whoa, that's warm. That's going to feel nice. So even though it's going to be cloudy today, I think you'll really enjoy the temperature when you get outside. Speaking of outside, I have something special from the outside that I want to share with you today. And important to note that this is a bird's nest, but it is very old. It is not, or when it was collected from the outside, it was not an active bird's nest. It was found in the winter. Obviously, you should never take a bird's nest from the out of doors, especially in spring and summer when they are being used. Okay. But what I wanted to share with you about this very cool nest is that by doing a little research, I was able to, I think, figure out what bird made this nest. So there are some clues. I found it in the forest habitat, and we all know a little bit about the forest, right? So I know it's a bird that would live in the forest. It would nest in the forest. They might go out and fly around to the edge of the forest or to trees in your yard during the day to get food, but they nest and live in the forest. Okay, so that's my first clue. Another clue is that the nest is built on the support of two branches, two very small branches right here. So it's really just hanging. It's a little loose now. I'm sure it was much more secure when the birds were using it. But it's this is called the crotch of a branch where the two branches connect. And so that's another clue because some birds always build their nest in the crotch of branches. Another clue is that the inside is very tidy and tightly woven together. And the main material on the inside, I don't know if you can see, but those are pine needles. So most of what's inside are pine needles, and most of the structure itself is made from pine needles. Another clue. So I've got the pine needles, which is a local material from the forest. Another clue are these shredded white strips all over the outside, woven into the pine needles by the birds. These are strips of birch bark, okay? So the birds will take little strips from birch trees, these little white bark strips, and weave them into their nest. So I've got a nice set of clues there. I also can look the size of the nest. This is a pretty small bird. You could imagine a whole clutch of eggs in there with a bird sitting on top. So I've got forest, pine needles, small bird, birch bark, nest made in the crotch of the branches, and also the overall size, about 2 inches at the opening. And my guess is that this nest was made by a bird called a red-eyed vireo, which is very common in Vermont in the spring and summer. And you can look up that bird on the Cornell website if you want to find out more information about it. But I just like that I never saw any birds go in or out of this nest. I have no actual facts on the birds, but I was able to piece together who might have lived here by collecting some clues from the construction of the nest and from the materials used in it. So just another neat way to use the habitat to try to figure out some mysteries in nature, which is fun to do. And if you do find a bird's nest, they should stay in the wild. You actually do need a permit to collect nests. So let them be enjoyed in nature. Okay, and I will look forward to seeing your science murals today. Some have already started rolling in, and I haven't commented yet, but I am loving what I'm seeing. So nice job on that. Have a wonderful Friday, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.